Heavenly Feast. A warm and pleasant good morning to one and all present. It gives me great pleasure to extend to you all a very warm welcome. I extend a hearty welcome to your principal, Reverend Father Chako Shiramal, the man who doesn't need any introduction and known among all of us for his wisdom and knowledge. A true leader who has fully confidence to stand tall and take courage, decision and lead his team gracefully. A cordial welcome to your principal. Welcome, Father. Father, please. Welcome, Father. I am proudly delighted to take this opportunity to welcome the chief guest of the day, Clelia Johnson. We are grateful for your presence on the behalf of MGTC BS students. I extend an affable welcome to you, Ms. Clelia Johnson. Welcome, ma'am. And I am gracefully welcome to my teachers and non-teaching staff and my all dear friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you so much. With your permission, esteemed guests, I would like to request Dita Dev to kindly come forward and formally introduce our chief guest, whose impressive profile they have just read out to us.
Good morning all. It is my esteemed pleasure to introduce the illustrious Miss Clelia Jones, a paragon of excellence in teaching. Miss Clelia Jones holds a prestigious B.Ed degree in Physical Science from Mahajubli Training College, Mullutara, and has further honored her expertise with MBA in Marketing from RIMS Kottayam in the year 2010 and BSc Chemistry from Little Flower College, Guruvayur. She has led and contributed to several high-profile projects including employability training at Thrissur Employability Center, employability skill trainer at Erimapeti and Varavur Government IPA, management teacher at Lais College, Kurukkancheri, Thrissur, management teacher, James B. School, Thrissur, communicative English teacher at David Chris School of English Communication. She is a multi-task professional hosting an impressive array of skills that set her apart. She has successfully led impact, contributed to several high-impact projects including brand management, Mangala Publications, India Private Limited, employee absence, TCL, Nartagam, and also had supplemented her academic education with practical industrial training in various institutions. Ms. Clelia Jones possesses a robust skill set in data entry, office automation. She has further enhanced her skill set with the additional qualifications which include advanced diploma in entrepreneurial development, short-term course on critical understanding on educational technology conducted from 20 August 2023 with A grade. She also had keen interest in reading books. In conclusion, Ms. Clelia Jones is highly accomplished and versatile individual possessing a unique blend of technical expertise, business acumen and creative flair with a proven track record of success in marketing. She has consistently demonstrated the ability to adapt, innovate and excel in rapidly changing environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Dita. It is my great pleasure to warmly welcome our principal, Reverend Dr. Chako Shiramal, who has taken the time to introduce our resource person for today's synergy program. Welcome, Father.
Thank you. So warm good morning to all of you. So before going to enter my duty, I would like to congratulate all of you for your wonderful performance on the College Union Art Club. എല്ലാവരും തന്നെ ഡാൻസ് കളിച്ചു തോന്നുന്നു അല്ലേ? യെസ്, വെരി ഗുഡ്. നല്ലൊരു പ്രോഗ്രാം ആയിരുന്നു. നമ്മുടെ ഗോപിക മാരേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞ് വിജയകരമായി നല്ലൊരു കൈയ്യടി കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. വീടുകളിലേക്കൊക്കെ പോയിട്ടുണ്ടോ അല്ലേ? ഓക്കെ, ഗുഡ്. കുറച്ച് പേര് പോയി തോന്നുന്നു അല്ലേ? മാരേജിന് പോയവർ കുറച്ച് പേരൊക്കെ പോകാനായിട്ട് സാധിച്ചു. വെരി ഗുഡ്. ബാക്കിയുള്ളവരൊക്കെ ഇനിയും പോവാം. ആരുടെയെങ്കിലും മാരേജ് ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ എപ്പോഴും പോകണം. കാരണം എന്നറിയോ, ആ വ്യക്തി അറിവോടുകൂടി സ്വീകരിക്കുന്ന വലിയൊരു കർമ്മമാണ് അല്ലേ? നമ്മൾ ജനിക്കുമ്പോയിട്ട് കാര്യമില്ല, ആ കുട്ടിക്ക് അറിയില്ല. മരിക്കുമ്പോയിട്ട് വലിയ കാര്യമില്ല, ആൾക്ക് ഓർമ്മയില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് അത് ജീവിച്ചിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ആണ് ജീവിതത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയൊരു സംഭവമാണ് മാരേജ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. പരമാവധി എവിടെ മാരേജ് അല്ല, നമ്മളുമായി പരിചയമുള്ള ആൾക്കാരുടെ മാരേജ് എവിടെയെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവിടെയൊക്കെ പോകാനായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ പ്രത്യേകമായിട്ട് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണമെന്ന് ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഗാർഡനെ കുറിച്ച് പറഞ്ഞു. ഗാർഡൻ കോമ്പറ്റീഷനാണ് കേട്ടോ. നമ്മൾ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് അസസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. ഏത് ഗാർഡനാണ്, ഏത് ഏരിയ ഓപ്ഷനാണ് ഏറ്റവും നന്നായിട്ട് അവിടെ ഗാർഡൻ നോക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ ഓരോ സെമസ്റ്ററിലും നമ്മൾ അതിനുള്ള പ്രൈസ് കൊടുക്കും. പ്രൈസിന് വേണ്ടി മാത്രമല്ല, നമുക്ക് നമ്മളുടെ ഗാർഡൻ ആയിരിക്കുന്ന പരിസരമൊക്കെ വൃത്തിയായി സൂക്ഷിക്കുന്ന നമ്മുടെ കൂടിയും ഉത്തരവാദിത്തം. ആ സയൻസ് നമുക്കൊക്കെ ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം. അതുകൊണ്ട് ആഴ്ചയിൽ ഒരു പീരീഡ് നമ്മൾ ഗാർഡനിങ്ങിന് വേണ്ടി തന്നെ അലോട്ട് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഏറ്റവും നന്നായിട്ട് അത് ഗാർഡൻ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാം. നാളെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ GTA മീറ്റിംഗ്. GTAയുടെ ഫുൾ ഫോം. അതുകൊണ്ട് എല്ലാവരുടെയും പേരൻസ് ഉണ്ടാകണം. ഗോപികയുടെ ഹസ്ബൻഡായിരിക്കും വരാം അല്ലേ? വരണം, കാണണം. അപ്പോൾ ഏതായാലും മാരേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞൊരു ഹസ്ബൻഡോ അതേപോലെ തന്നെ പ്രശ്നമില്ല. ചെറിയ കുട്ടികളെ കൊണ്ടുവരരുത് കേട്ടോ, അനിയനും കൊണ്ടുവരരുത്. അപ്പോൾ അത് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. എല്ലാവരും വരണം, സമയത്ത് തന്നെ അവരത്ര വേഗം തന്നെ കഴിയും. നാളത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാം ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്. നമ്മൾ ഒഫീഷ്യലായിട്ട് മീറ്റിംഗ് ആയിരിക്കും. അതിൽ നമ്മൾ GTA മെമ്പേഴ്സിനെ നമ്മൾ തിരഞ്ഞെടുക്കും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവർ ഓപ്ഷൻ ക്ലാസ്സുകളിൽ കുറച്ച് സമയം 5 to 10 minutes മാക്സിമം ഓപ്ഷൻ ഡിസൈൻ എൻഗേജ് ചെയ്യും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് എല്ലാ ഓപ്ഷൻ എല്ലാവരും തന്നെ എൻ്റെ അടുത്തേക്ക് വരണം. ഓരോരുത്തരും എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങളുടെ പേരല്ലായിട്ട് പെട്ടെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നല്ല കുട്ടികളെന്ന് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്, വേറെ ഒന്നും പറയാനായില്ല. ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു 1 or 2, 3 minutes അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ച് എടുക്കുള്ള സമയം എടുക്കണം. വേഗം തന്നെ വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും. അതിൻ്റെ ഓർഡർ എന്താണെന്ന് നാളെ രാവിലെ തന്നെ ചാർജുള്ള ടീച്ചർ പറയും. ഏത് ഓർഡറിലാണ് ഒന്ന് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചോളൂ കേട്ടോ. നാളെ രാവിലെ തന്നെ ഓർഡർ ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാനായിട്ട് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം. സോപ്പിന് ബർത്ത്ഡേയുടെ ആശംസകൾ കേട്ടോ. ഈ താഴെ വരാൻ സാധിക്കാണ്ടിരുന്നത് എല്ലാവരും ബർത്ത്ഡേക്ക് ഒരു ബുക്ക് സ്പോൺസർ ചെയ്യണം. ഞാൻ എഴുതിയ ബുക്കാണ് ഇന്ന് സോബി സ്പോൺസർ ചെയ്തത്. സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. ഒരച്ഛൻ മകൾക്ക് അയച്ച. ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു. Okay, so today is our 28th synergy series. So we can give a good snappy clap to our resource person. Snap the resource person. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. There is some changes in the snappy clap. Now it is very good. So now Lydia Jonesy, he's our former student also, waiting for the result. Super senior. Not senior, seniors are writing your examination now. Super senior. So Lydia was the vice chairperson of the college union. Another speciality she has is now she's married, 3 children, 1 husband, and 1 father and mother. And also she is very active in her parish, Kolangatudara. And last 3 years we analyzed the result of our BEd Mahajubli Training College. The wonderful analysis show that the first rank top persons are married students. There are students who are unmarried but they are back. Last 5 years experience. എന്തായിരിക്കും അതിന് കാരണം? ഈ കാര്യം മനസ്സിലായോ? ഞങ്ങൾ 5-8 വർഷം അനലൈസ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ റാങ്ക് കിട്ടുന്നതും ടോപ്പ് മാർക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നതും മാരേജ് കഴിയുന്നത്. നമുക്ക് ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ പ്രാരാബ്ദങ്ങളാണ്. പക്ഷേ മാരേജ് കഴിയാതെ വളരെ ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ സമയമുള്ള കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ ഏറ്റവും പുറകിലിരിക്കും. വായി എന്തായിരിക്കും? റിസ്വാൻ ഒരു ആൻസർ പറയുന്നത്. ബാക്കിയുള്ള പാരന്റ്സ് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് കൊണ്ട് വരുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അതന്നെ റിസ്വാന്റെ പോയിന്റാണ്. മാരേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടും B.Ed പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതിന് സ്വന്തം ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റും എനിക്ക് നേടണം എന്നുള്ള താല്പര്യത്തിലൂടെ. ഇപ്പൊ മാരേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞവർ അങ്ങനെ തന്നെയല്ലേ? ഇനി വേറെ കാര്യമുണ്ടോ? എന്തുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും അവർക്ക് റാങ്ക് കിട്ടുന്നത്? പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. സമയം ഉണ്ടാവോ, പരീക്ഷ വേഗം വരുമെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് നേരത്തെ കൂട്ടി തന്നെ എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് പറയുന്ന മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ചെയ്തു കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടോ അല്ലേ? എല്ലാം മുന്നേ പഠിച്ച് സെറ്റാവും. അവർ ഹാർഡ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യും, യാതൊരു അത്ഭുതവുമില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ മാരേജ് കഴിയാത്തവരോട് എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ള കാര്യം എന്താണ്? മാരേജ് കഴിഞ്ഞവരെ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കും. ജീവിതത്തിലെ ഒരു ഉത്തരവാദിത്വമൊക്കെ വരുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കൊക്കെ ഒരു സീരിയസ്നെസ് ഉണ്ടാവുക. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ഐ തിങ്ക് ദാറ്റ് ക്ലേരിയ ജോൺ അവിടെ ഒത്തിരിയധികം ഫാമിലി കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒത്തിരി കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് ഇറ്റ്സ് എ നമ്പർ 1 സ്റ്റുഡൻറ് ഓഫ് അവർ കോളേജ്. മാത്രമല്ല ഇവിടെ പഠിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് തന്നെ 4 സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലെ പേപ്പർ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോവുകയും അത് പേപ്പർ ISBN നമ്പറുള്ള ജേണൽ ബുക്കുകളിൽ പബ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചത്. എന്താണ് ISBN അറിയോ? ഒന്ന് നോട്ട് ചെയ്തു. നമ്മളൊരു ബുക്ക് വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ ISBN നമ്പർ ഉണ്ടായതാണ് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ഉള്ളോട്ടോ. ഊഹിക്കാമോ? ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബുക്ക് നമ്പർ ISBN, ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബുക്ക് നമ്പർ എന്നാണ് ISBN നമ്പർ. ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ലെവലിൽ നമ്പറിംഗ് ആണ് സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ബുക്കുകളിൽ കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ഇനി ജേണലുകൾക്കുണ്ട് ISBN അല്ല, ISSN. അതെന്തായിരിക്കും? ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ നമ്പർ ISSN. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഒരു ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിനൊക്കെ പോകുമ്പോൾ അവർ ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യമാണ്, എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒരു ആർട്ടിക്കിൾ വെദർ ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് പബ്ലിഷ്ഡ് ഇൻ ISSN ജേണൽ or UGC care list publications or in ISBN book. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഒരു ISBN ബുക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എന്താണെന്നറിയോ? നമ്മുടെ ഇമ്പാക്റ്റ് ഫാക്ടർ എന്ന് പറയും. ഇമ്പാക്റ്റ് ഫാക്ടർ പോയിന്റ് ഒരൊറ്റടിക്ക് അത് നമ്മൾ സർട്ടിഫിക്കറ്റ് മാത്രം വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു കാര്യമില്ല. സോ whenever you learn here, try to prepare research oriented papers and publish, present the paper in various journals, seminars, workshops. That will give you additional mark for your future life. So she has did that. And you know the main purpose of synergy series is the same thing, to develop critical thinking, develop creative thinking, develop lateral thinking, everything in our mind. Then only we can stand in this tight competitive world. So in that matter, there is a good example for all of us. Give a good clap to everyone. So here we also giving meaning to her name, acronym. C means C. very creative. L. Loving, leadership. E. Energetic. Okay. Then E again L. Loyal. Loyalty. Then I. Intelligent, initiative. Then A. Ambitious, aspirations. So C means yeah. So that meaning is applicable to Clelia. And I also welcome Clelia and also thank you very much for a wonderful session. Please note down important points and also you can ask questions. Questions are very important part of this seminar. Try to ask any type of question that will enrich. The topic is also very much connected with the curriculum. Benjamin Bloom's taxonomy, very important for your teaching practice. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Father, for your precious words. I would like to say to our respected guest, Miss Gloria Jonesy. Ma'am, your presence here is a testament to your commitment to give the detailed explanation of Bloom's taxonomy. We are deeply grateful for your support and look forward to your valuable desires. Please put your hands together in a warm welcome as Miss Gloria Jonesy is presented today.
Good morning, all and all present here. I am so happy when I stand here and full of memories, even though I was here some months back. And I would say that by seeing you, I remember my dear days, how I was sitting here for assembly and how we used to law for Sagotan's jobs and all. So it is a great opportunity when I stand here. First of all, I would like to thank my principal Sagotan and teachers for giving me such an opportunity. And second thing I want to tell you that I want to congratulate you all for choosing this wonderful profession. So, some of you are not clapping, so I think still you have doubt about your decision. Maybe. But I'm sure that we are just after the Teachers' Day. So I would like to share my experience when I was there in my school. It was such an overwhelming experience. Like when we get into the school, in the doorsteps, students are waiting with roses for wishing us. How beautiful experience it is. I was with full of cards, wishes, gift, chocolate, what then? More than the gift, the way students wishes, it will fill our heart with joy. So you have chosen such a beautiful profession in the world. Yes, that it is. So, I would like to congratulate you for that. And I would like to say happy birthday to Sobi. He is celebrating his birthday. He is over there. And I knew some faces here. I knew Dana and I knew Zeevan. My mother was a teacher. Zeevan was a student of my mother. So I knew him. And yes, my classmate Abhishek's sister is here. Yeah. Then Devnarayanan, he actually came to me and introduced himself. And it's a coincidence that he is calling my roll number. I was 39 in my batch. He is 39, I noticed there. And he offered me that he will be asking many
questions after the session. So I told him that whatever answers I can give you, I will try my level best. So that's about an intro. And one student came to me asked, I thought that she wanted to introduce me, something like that. She wants some details. But it was not that. She was just asking, how did you manage your family life and real life together? So I told her that it was quite challenging, but I would say that it is interesting also. And I came here after 10 years of teaching experience. I was there in college and all. But when I came here, I became a student. I could enjoy my BA days very well. And I had my beloved teachers. They were always with me as solid support. Without their support, it wouldn't have possible for me. I also wanted to tell you that. So whoever come here after your marriage and having kids, no need to worry, it will be very possible for you. It was possible for me with the 3 kids, and I was coming from my in-law family. So I assure you that it will be very much possible for you. No need of any doubt in that. Okay. So shall we go to the topic?
Yes.
Okay. So after reading this topic name, you might have thought what it will be. Is it so? But you may not have got any answer for that because this is the first time you are hearing this topic, right? You haven't gone through this topic ever. Yes, it's about Bloom's taxonomy. Taxonomy, I hope you have heard this word before. Is it so? The students from natural science, you have heard it. Taxonomy, it's about what? It's about classification, right? Yes, we have heard this word before when we classify animals and families of animals. Is that here also it is about classification, but there is a difference. Here we classify learning outcome. Okay, so I would mention what is learning outcome. I should mention. So what is the learning outcome is? Assume that you are getting into a bus for a journey, and who will guide the bus? Of course, the driver. No. So the driver should know where are we going, right? Yes, we should know where we are moving, and the same time driver should know. So when we are a teacher, we are actually in the driving seat. Is it so? All children are there in our bus as a classroom. Can you imagine? Can you imagine like that? So learning outcome, it is nothing but our destination. Whenever we get into the class, we should have a destination to reach. Okay? So once we have that destination, once we have that learning outcome, what we can do that? Once we reach there, we can check whether we have reached or not. Right? If we have not decided before the journey, we won't be able to do that. So, it is a must thing that we should decide what is our learning outcome before we get into the class. Okay. So when we are here, Chakotan always asking us, are you clear with Bloom's taxonomy? So just after this session, Bloom's taxonomy session, whenever we have assembly, whenever Chakotan is sitting as an class, we expect that question. He will be asking question in between. Different domain, what are the components of domain, all those things he used to ask. So I thought after the BA, we will get a relief from this Bloom's taxonomy. I hope so, because B.Ed is over now. So there is no more Bloom's taxonomy. But what happened? When I joined for my job in the school, okay, we had an induction program. The first class we got, the resource person came and they declared the session name. I it's about Bloom's taxonomy and learning outcome. I got a great surprise. I was shocked again Bloom's taxonomy. So there is no relief. So it was a wonderful session, and again we had another session on Bloom's taxonomy. It was about assessment. How do we do the assessment by using this Bloom's taxonomy? That time I realized that we will be needing this Bloom's taxonomy throughout our teaching journey. Now we are in a situation like in this month 25th, we are expecting our first inspection from Shikshan Bharat. So I am teaching Bharatiya Vidya Board. The management committee inspection, we call it as Shikshan Bharat inspection. So we had a meeting with our principal ma'am. So the important instruction she gave us, you need to write the learning outcome before you start your session. It should be there in the either in the interactive board or in the whiteboard. We have both in our classes. So it should be there. And see that you are asking questions which belong to lots and hots. So now you don't know what is lots and hots, but at the end of the session, I hope all of you will have good knowledge in it. So we are going to start our journey from Bloom's taxonomy to Bloom's taxonomy. Okay? Like in our times, it's like Bloom's taxonomy. We need to study this. We need to remind this. It is somewhat difficult to remind all the components in Bloom's taxonomy. It's not that easy. But once you know the application, once you know the relevance of each component, it will be very easy. So shall we?
Yes.
I hope now you have clarity about what is the learning outcome. So this is Benjamin S. Bloom. He was an educational psychologist. And he is the person who introduced this Bloom's taxonomy. And after the introduction, at that time he only introduced one domain. It was cognitive domain. We will see all that domain later. But later his colleagues and his own students actually added a lot of other things to the theory. That is what another domain, affective domain. And one more domain is the psychomotor domain. So in Bloom's taxonomy, we have three domains. One is cognitive domain, and second is affective domain, and third one is psychomotor domain. So what is Bloom's taxonomy? You should know what it is. So I already told you it is nothing but classification of learning outcome. Whatever you could read from my slides, if you don't able to understand or if you don't able to recollect, you just take this. What is that? It is just classification of learning outcome. Only that, nothing else. Don't be confused with any other terminology in it. It is very simple. It is just classification of learning outcome. So in 1956, actually, Benjamin Bloom introduced this theory, and these are the three domains. Okay, one is cognitive domain, second one is affective domain, and third one is psychomotor domain. So, what is cognitive domain? What does cognition means? Thinking, right? Yes. And it's about thoughts and thinking, and the abilities the students should have is, one they will show you pictures, right? Before the letters are introduced, F for apple. So when we see the apple, we remind letter A. Is it so? So that is the first kind of lessons we were getting in our lower classes. So it's only about what? It's only about us memorizing. So rote memorization were actually happening and we were able to connect with that picture and letter. Right. And what is that affective domain? It is written that emotion and feeling is there. And the abilities, by having this learning outcome, the kind of abilities students will have is about appreciation and motivation. So, we will explain, you only need to understand. Affective domain is about feeling, okay? We will develop some kind of emotion to appreciate, emotion to empathize. Empathize means what? We are actually thinking in their shoes and we understand some of those feelings. So that is what empathizing. So feeling of appreciation, feeling of ability to empathize, all those things we will get once we achieve the learning outcome which belong to affective domain. Clear? I repeat some concept only because you are hearing this for first time. So if I go like that, you won't get anything. So at the end of the session, some of your teachers come to you and ask, so what is about Bloom's taxonomy? What did you get? Who knows? You will tell that. So I don't want that to happen. At least you should have some basic concept about this taxonomy. And it is very important also. And our last domain is psychomotor domain. So it is written that mode of learning is action and doing. I hope that all of you have seen labs. Is it so? Science lab, physics lab. Even though you may not have attend those classes and sessions, yes, in your high school studies, most of you have gone to lab, right? So in a lab, how do we perform all those experiments? Tell me. First of all, our teacher will demonstrate how it is actually doing. And what shall we do? Without knowing the reason why we are doing, we just try to imitate it. Is it so? So we are doing. And by practice, the people from physical science department, they will be knowing how do we do titration. First of all, when we go for that, we may not be able to. We won't get the exact color. But when we keep on doing, what will happen? We will be able to perform it without any mistakes and without any help also. So, by practice, by doing, when we are learning something, that learning outcome belongs to what? Psychomotor domain. So, we are clear about what is learning outcome, and there are three different types of learning outcome. First is cognitive domain, second is affective domain, third one is psychomotor domain. This much is clear, no? Yes. Okay. That one is giving me just like this, so I'm moving. Yes. So, it is written that revised Bloom's taxonomy. I will tell you what is revised. I don't want to confuse you by telling this revised and original Bloom's taxonomy. But you wanted to study in your B.Ed class. Without knowing this, we cannot move forward. It's nothing but when Bloom introduced this for the first time, he used all the nouns to represent different learning outcomes, different categories. So you can see that it is written knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis and synthesis. It's all nouns, so it's not actually dynamic. So his colleagues and students, they feel that learning outcome, that is remember, understand, apply, analysis and evaluate. Or else it can be ing form of all this verb. Remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and creating. So, you need to understand only this. When Bloom introduced this concept, he introduced the learning of classification of learning outcome with some nouns. It was not that dynamic, like it's not actually, it is very passive. Knowledge, we need to get knowledge about something first and we need to comprehend. Comprehend means what? We should know how to explain that concept, that is what? Comprehension. Then we need to know how to apply. Suppose we have learned so what is application? Application means nothing but we are learning lot of theories, right? Yes. So many theories and we always need to by heart those theories. So by hearting it's about our remembering. But where we are applying those theories, that will be application. Suppose the English students, they are actually learning metaphor. What is metaphor? Or what is the simile? What is the sonnet? All those things we learn. When we wanted to apply this, you want to write a poem which use metaphor. So that will be application, nothing else. You having a kind of feeling like you are not getting? Are you getting or not?
Yes.
It is okay, right?
Yes.
Get bored?
No.
A little bit? If you want, you can clap for a while. Your usual clap or something like that. Okay. Whenever you feel like you are not actually following what I am saying, you can raise your hand, I will explain it again. Okay? No problem. So, I am just mentioning what is the basic difference between what is Bloom's taxonomy and what is revised Bloom's taxonomy. The first difference I already mentioned. First, Bloom's taxonomy, when he introduced it was passive, he introduced it with some nouns, knowledge. It's a noun. And when it comes to revise, it became remember or remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating and creating. Like that it has changed. And the second difference, when you look at the picture you can see that the topmost thing in Bloom's taxonomy was actually evaluation. But in the revised taxonomy it is create. So that is also another difference. The topic we handle here is reverse Bloom's taxonomy and its application. Okay, that is what we handle. So I am going to concentrate on the revised Bloom's taxonomy and its components. Clear? So this is our revised Bloom's taxonomy's components. First of all, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate and create. When we want, we can easily give example for all this category of learning outcome. Just I mentioned earlier, when you learn letter A, okay, by using a picture of apple, A4 apple, that is called rote memorization. Without understanding we are not actually, the student who is there in LKG class, when that student learn about A, student is not taking anything else. His teacher says A4 apple. Teacher will ask the student to repeat it. A4 apple. Student will repeat and repeat. It will be there in student's mind. So that is just remembering. We don't know anything else. We just know what is that picture. It is A. The student may not know how to write that letter. That may not be knowing, but still by seeing the letter A, student identifies that it is A. And what about understanding? So let us think about some higher standards. By seeing A, the student will think about how to write it. And student also realize that there is a block letter and small Okay. If student learn how to write cursive, that also the student will realize. And student will think about all the other words which actually start with A. And also remind about the sound of A. All those things the student will be knowing. And what about apply, analyze, evaluate, and create? To see that the example of letter A may not be that apt. Why? Because we learn letters in lower standard. There we only deal with remember and understand. Okay. We may not go to the higher level learning outcome. Okay. But I can explain those things with some other thing. I already mentioned. We are learning a theory in maths. Okay. A plus b whole square. We are learning it. We know the expansion. Okay. When we see an equation which is actually done by this formula, we will be able to identify it is done with this formula. We could identify. In PSC and all, we used to get such questions, right? Yes. And analyze. What is that analyze? I shall ask a Malayalam student, how shall we find those Vrittam from two lines? We need to divide those lines, right? We need to know what is Guru and Laghu, and from that we are knowing which kind of Vrittam it is. And what is Alankaram? Why shall we use it? All those things we are studying, right? So this is actually not, only what application we need to analyze and apply. Okay. In analysis, one more thing is there. The people from social science, we have learned French Revolution. Is it so? We have learned American Revolution also. Suppose we are getting a question, compare French Revolution and American Revolution. We need to compare and write. So, analysis. Clear. And in some experiments also, we need to compare the experiments. Okay, result. We need to compare. And what about evaluate? Evaluate is not like what you think. It is our own evaluation. By learning the French Revolution, and we are seeing lot of problem in our society, and we are thinking, how do we solve all those things? So we are evaluating, or after learning about environment pollution, and we are evaluating our environment, how polluted it is. So it's about evaluation. And what is about application? Whatever we have learned, we need to apply. So after learning about the environment pollution, we decided that we never use which is the product which is not environment friendly. That is a what? That is a what? We are actually going for a creation kind of thing. We are doing something new, a new decision we have taken. Or we are making technology with our knowledge which can reduce the pollution. That is also a creation. After learning the French Revolution, we are making a model for French Revolution, a monument, historical monument. It's model we are making. We have to make lot of models, right? When we are here for BA, we need to make. You are not there. That is why you are actually simply sitting and looking at me. We need to make n number of models to take classes. And the fun thing is that we believe that after the BA there is no model. We believe so. We may not use also, but I wanted to tell you that we are learning all these things to practice these things when we go for teaching. Even though our management is actually asking or not, we need to use all those things, all those new technology we studied. Suppose we had a seminar on AI. You need to use all those things, idea to nurture your session. Only then it will be meaningful. Otherwise, it's only for making marks, nothing else. So all those model making, all those things, you don't leave here. Take all those things to your classes and use all those things when you are there in class. So, a little more explanation about the 6 stages. How do we understand that a learning outcome is belong to remembering? Or how do we classify a question which is actually belong to remembering. We need Bloom's taxonomy primarily in two areas. One area is to classify the learning outcome. We need to know the learning outcome we have chosen belong to which category. Okay. And we also, when we are there in school for your internship kind of thing, our teachers start asking for achievement test. Okay, you need to prepare a question paper. Okay. That question paper should carry questions from higher order thinking skill question and lower order thinking skill question. So our remembering and understanding it belong to lower order. Now, that means cognitive skill is not needed when we want to remember and understand. Okay, not memorization is needed. So that is what logs, lower order thinking skills. Logs. We call it as logs. So teachers may ask you, you need to prepare this much percentage of questions which belong to log and this much percentage of question belong to hot. Hot means higher order thinking skills. Okay. We shall come to that. I just mentioned now. So how do we identify that the learning outcome belongs to this category? The learning outcome which is mentioning retrieving, recognizing, recalling, okay, all those relevant things. It is mentioning like that. It belongs to what? Remembering. So basically remembering is about what? Recollecting. Whatever we have learned. Suppose I am asking what is the capital of which is the capital of India? You would say, we know it. We have learned it before. What is the capital of other country? Also we have learned. How many states are there in India? We know it. How many districts are there in Kerala? We know it. All those numbers and names we recollect. Or English student recollect which are the actors in the play. Okay, the actors are named. All those things, how do we put recollect? We have learned, we are just memorizing. And what about, so I wanted to tell you that remembering and understanding, it belongs to lower order thinking skill. It is simple. We need not think much about this learning outcome, or it is rather easy. To achieve this learning outcome, it is rather easy. We just, what the teacher wanted to do, we have learned poem in our lower standard, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how are we learning? Teacher will sing the rhyme, the student will repeat and repeat, gradually we will learn it, right? So what is the kind of teaching skill teacher should have? Teacher should know how to repeat it. So teacher has to by heart the rhyme and teacher has to repeat it again and again. The student easily recollect it. Is it so? So what is the teaching skill needed for the first level? Teacher need to repeat it, okay, and make them repeat. Only that. And what about understanding? Here in the understanding, a little difference is there. Suppose we are saying that what is this twinkle twinkle little star, the student should know what is that rhyme about. Okay, teacher is explaining what is the real meaning of that rhyme. So when the student recite the poem, the same time student think that it's about the stars in the sky. Okay, so that is what about understanding. Now the student understand what it is. Know the meaning of each word in the poem. Okay. And what about the applying? I did not explain much. It is there in the word itself, right? Whatever we have learned, we need to know how to apply it. Whatever theories we have learned, we need to know how to apply in different situations. Only that. What about analyzing? I already mentioned, we need to know how to differentiate each components. Okay. Suppose we are learning the digestive system of human body. Okay. In 7th standard, I think students are learning in state school, they are learning digestive system. So in each system, they should know what are the components, what is the duty of each component, all those things they learn. So there they analyze it. It is a system and what are the different parts. And what about evaluating? So it is the student, after learning lot of things, student is actually going for an evaluation. Just like I did about the Bloom's taxonomy. After learning the Bloom's taxonomy, after attending so many sessions of the Bloom's taxonomy, it's my judgment that Bloom's taxonomy is very relevant for teachers. It's my evaluation. Okay, so the teachers who have taken those sessions, they have achieved which level of learning outcome? Which level of learning outcome? Evaluation. The student able to evaluate themselves about the concept. Okay. Then next it is about creating. Suppose we encourage students to do something which is out of the box. That means it is not there in text. They need to think something extra. They need to make something new, which is not being mentioned in the textbook and which is not being discussed in our class. Suppose the teacher encourage and student is able to do, that level of learning outcome is what? Creation. Suppose after attending a Malayalam class, you feel like writing a poem. The poem is, okay. So that if you are able to do so, after your class, your student is actually able to write a poem. That means you have achieved the highest level of learning outcome. About the language, that is the foremost learning outcome we wanted to get from our student, right? They should have that taste of writing. So we have achieved this. Suppose after learning all those maths, whenever there is a problem in our daily life, we are able to solve that problem with some mathematical theory, then you have achieved it. Clear? So it's all about the different levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Again, I want to tell you, all this classification, all those levels belong to revised Bloom's taxonomy. We just leave the old taxonomy, we are not actually using it now. It's only about some passive nouns. Now we have came to what? ING forms of verb. So, any guess why this picture is here? You can have your own wild guesses. Yeah, it's for you actually. You shall recollect what you have learned now. So you can start from the first level. First level, what was the first level of Bloom's taxonomy? Remembering. By seeing this, now all you are belong to LKG class. So what you could remind now? By seeing this, what do you say? It's a lemon. It is a lemon, nothing else. Okay? You may not even identify it is in soft taste. You may not. Okay. Now you are a first standard child. So, what do you know about this? Huh? You may recollect, oh, lemon juice. It is so tasty. My mother always made this for me. Lemonade, I call it lemonade. We can add, either we can add salt or we can add sugar also. I like sugar. And all those things you could recollect. Is it so? Now you are a fifth standard child. How do you recollect? Do you know anything more about this? It is so, nothing else. Why this fifth standard students are like this? You don't know anything? You might have studied about vitamins. Yes. Okay, so you may say that, and Dalitic student can say that, oh, it has vitamin C. Actually. And little more, you are in +2. Okay? So you have taken science as your subject. Okay. So by saying this, what do you say? Citric acid. It makes a litmus paper. All those things you will be able to. now you have completed all your studies and all, and one fine day you are seeing this lemonade. You don't have any job at all. Things like that. You will get job, no problem. But now you think so, you are in that kind of a mood, you want to start something. So after seeing this lemon, you may think that, why don't I start a shop with different kinds of lemonade, different varieties of lemonade I can offer to the customers. I am marketing MBA. Okay, so I always think about how to make money, but I am making money as a teacher. That is the problem. So, how do we market it? We can have different variants of lemonade, and we can market that way, different color lemonade. Think so. So that is what creation. So we have reached the higher order thinking skill. I hope now it is very clear. Is it so? So shall we tell all those levels? Remember? No. Before that there is level. Apply. Analyze. Evaluate. That is only our Bloom's taxonomy. We have learned it. So simple it is, right? Now we have reached the wow Bloom's taxonomy. Is it so? So you should thank me when you see this essay for your dear question paper. You should thank me. Okay, you are not actually. How many of you could pronounce my name in a proper way? It is not Clelia, actually it is Clelia. It's not your fault actually. Okay? By seeing the spelling, people used to call me Celia. I will answer, yes ma'am, I am here. Some people will call me Claria. That time also I will say, I am here, it is okay. Some people just frown at the paper and asking, where is this person? So that time also I will raise my hand and say, I am here. So my name is Clelia. Okay? It's the same name, there is a school in Varanasi in my name. Okay? So I think you have successfully completed this challenge. What? We have learned this Bloom's taxonomy with that example. We are able to explain all those levels with this example. Don't you feel great? Yes. You should feel great. Yes. What is the application of Bloom's taxonomy? Bloom's taxonomy has application in both in education and other field also. We concentrate on the educational field. What all applications are there? The first application is curriculum design. When I mention about the curriculum design, I regret as a mother. Why? Because my child I have 3 children. The elder one studying in 5th standard. Second one studying in 3rd standard. Last one he is in LKG. So the second one had an exam in English, and the question he got, first one was a comprehension. It was not from his text. Okay, a different comprehension, you need to answer the questions. Another question, you need to add more lines to the given poem. That is also not from his text. And another question, they have given some pictures, you need to write a story. And the thing is that the person with me has a confusion about the letters. So how he will write all those things? He has confusion about words, he has confusion about letters. That way, most of the students in the class, and they are given a question paper with higher level skill it is, right? They wanted to make new one. So where the learning outcome stands, thought and the creation. They need to create themselves. So in curriculum design, all our experts, educational experts, doing lots of experiments each and every year. Sometimes students will suffer, sometimes students will enjoy those things. Teachers also. So when we design the curriculum, normally it is like this. For lower classes, we concentrate on lots. That means remember and understand. That creates the very basic of each subject. Each subject. What is the basics of math subject? We need to know numbers, right? What is the very basic of English? We need to know letters, nothing else. So a student who doesn't know concentrate on the lower order thinking skill when we prepare curriculum for the lower standard children. And instructional design. We can use different methodology when we go for teaching. Don't think that you will get this kind of students in your class. How are you sitting now? Very attentive even. So when I'm saying that we need to conclude it fast. So instructional design is nothing but like we need to understand the children level of knowledge, okay, and how different they are. They may be having some learning disability, or they may be having some physical disability. We need to identify all those students. Like that, we need to design our instructional strategies. Then lesson planning. You know it. Have you started writing lesson plans? You can be more creative when you write lesson plans. You can concentrate on different learning outcomes. Okay. Then assessment and evaluation. When we are in our 5th or 6th standard, we only know about the usual kind of exam, right? But now teachers are using different kinds of assessment. Okay. There may be students, they are actually auditory learners, okay, visual learners, kinesthetic learners. So, and when we prepare assessment, see that all those children should perform well in our assessment. So, we need to prepare all those kinds of questions. Okay. Then, teaching strategies, professional design, technology integration. How shall we integrate technology? I already mentioned that in our school, most of the school nowadays there, interactive board is there. We can do n number of things with this interactive board. We can draw, we can show videos, okay, we can show videos online, all those things we can do. So, but how far we are actually knowledgeable in using this interactive board, that way we can use it in our classroom. And I have heard that in many schools in the interview it is also part of it. How do you use this interactive board? So before you go from here, try to learn how to use this interactive board. Then I already mentioned about the special education. So this is already I mentioned. I just go through the slides. You can see in each category how different kinds of learning outcomes we can have. In remembering, students will be able to recall definition of mitosis. All those remembering, how do we remember those things? All those in understanding, how do we explain, describe and interpret things? Okay, all these all are learning outcomes. Students will be able. This is the way we write learning outcome. Students will be able to understand. Students will be able to describe. Students will be able to interpret. This is the way we write learning outcome. Yeah, here it is. We will apply, we will design something new, then we will develop a plan to reduce waste. Then in evaluate, students will evaluate effectiveness of scientific theory. Even though we have learned that theory, we need to test how far it is correct or not. So if that children has thinking that way, we have achieved this level of learning outcome. Then creating students will be able to design a new product using principles of engineering. Will be able to create a diagram to illustrate the process of mitosis. It is not there in the text. Student is actually creating himself. Assessment and this is the lots and hots. Lower order thinking skills, remembering and understanding. Higher order, applying, analyzing. All those categories will come under higher order thinking skills. I have given some questions, example questions. What is the capital of France? It belongs to remembering. We know it. Describe the main idea of French Revolution. It will be understanding. Then, how would you apply the principles of French Revolution to a modern day social justice movement? Then it will be applying. explain. Compare and contrast the cause and effect of French Revolution and American Revolution. You will be analyzing. Then, was the French Revolution a success or failure? After studying the French Revolution, you need to evaluate, was that a successful one or it was a failure? Then, creative. Design a monument commemorating French Revolution, including a written explanation of its significance. I have taken some different ideas where we can use this Bloom's taxonomy very effectively. Post-COVID, you are going to face how it is post-COVID educational process. It is entirely different from what we had before. Like before, it was all students will sit just like this and will attend the class. Now how it is? They will run around in the class. We need to keep them in their seat and we need to take much effort to make them listen our class. So you should go with puppetry kind of thing. You should go with videos. You should go with different kind of game to make them sit. They don't want to sit. There are students in my class. They plainly tell me that, ma'am, please, I don't want to sit in my seat. Yes, because 2 years they just went for play. They just went for mobile games. They just went for films and all. Now they have to be there in the class. They don't want to cope up with the situation. They can't. So it is a kind of task. Make them sit in their seat and listen. Okay. In that area, you can go with psychomotor domain. There are a lot of things. Doing and learning. I play bingo in my class. Yes. I draw all those bingo blocks and I just give them scores. They enjoy. I go with puppetry, finger puppets. I go for conversation, they are happy. They themselves act, they prepare dialogue, all that. When we open the text, start reading from the text, they just get up from the seat and start reading. Again, it is till 5th standard, no, they are like that only. So, post-COVID educational process, we can concentrate on Bloom's taxonomy and we can have more difference. When we deal with students with a learning disability, we can go for graphic organizers like visual aids. For the students with a disability, they will enjoy classes which use graphical organizers, Venn diagrams, okay, concept map. All those visual aids they will enjoy and they can easily extract ideas. So include all those graphical organizers in your lesson plan. Then I have written different types of impairment, visual impairment, auditory impairment, motor impairment. Think that this kind of students may have in your class. And it is a teacher duty accommodate that student to our class and that student also achieve the learning outcome. Why they are in our class? Can we just avoid them and go? No. We have to include them and see that they are also achieving on those learning outcomes. And there are students they with emotional and behavior impairment. In my class there is a student always crying. He doesn't know why he is crying. I also don't know. Now today I'm taking leave today. Now he will be crying in my class, telling like ma'am is absent. Yes. There are students. He is in 3rd standard. So it's time to stop crying and all, but he is not. When I say this, I become tensed. Why he is crying? No idea why it is. So we need to talk to that student, make that person comfort in our class. That way I am dealing with that person. Yes, these are the things. Scaffolding is nothing but the kind of support we give to our students. Graphic organizers I already mentioned. Then some assistive technology, lots of technology is there. So all those technology we can use like when we talk that technology will give us in writing. When we give it in writing, we will get voice. All those technology we can use. Multimodal instruction like auditory learners, visual learners, kinesthetic learners. That means people who love to do and study. So all those learning methods you need to try. See, for enjoyment is not. Extracurricular activities for achieving some learning outcome, some special learning outcome, we can only achieve through this extracurricular activity. So, it's a teacher duty to encourage all students to participate in extracurricular activity. That is the first thing. Second thing is that when a student don't want to participate, you need to encourage. Okay, there are students, they don't want to participate in any item. They will be absent on youth festival day. So we need to encourage that student and participate in item. Only then a student will be able to achieve that learning outcome. So sports and games will give us teamwork, then problem solving skill, musical and art foster creativity and self-expression. And when we play drama and all theatre activities, it will give student public speaking skills and skill for empathizing, then communication, all those things that student can achieve. Then community studies, when we go out to the community and mingle with them, they will be more social responsible, they develop empathy, they think about the problem and how to solve it, critical thinking. Okay. Then last one, clubs and organizations about leadership, teamwork, problem solving skills, all that. Yes. Ma'am, somehow I have finished. So, if you have any questions, doubts, you can ask.
Thank you so much for igniting new ideas, sparking meaningful discussion and inspiring us, ma'am. We appreciate your valuable contribution to our event and look forward to your future endeavors. Now, it's time to hear from our curious minds. We invite all students to join us for an interactive section with our esteemed resource person. Welcome.
ഹലോ ഇപ്പോൾ ബ്ലൂംസ് ടാക്സോണമി പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ അപ്പോൾ ഈ മെത്തേഡ് മെത്തേഡ് എല്ലാ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡ് ഓഫ് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ അപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ആണ് കിൻഡർ ഗാർഡൻ മാത്രം എല്ലാവർക്കും അപ്ലിക്കബിൾ ആണ്
യെസ്.
അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറയട്ടെ സംശയമാണ് കേട്ടോ. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കിൻഡർ ഗാർഡൻ ലെവലിലേക്കാണെങ്കിൽ ടീച്ചർ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ കാണിച്ചെടുത്തിട്ട് അതിനെ റിമെമ്പർ ചെയ്യിപ്പിക്കാൻ പറ്റും, എന്നിട്ടാണ് അതിൻ്റെ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ആക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ ആ കുട്ടിക്കാണെങ്കിൽ അതിനെപ്പറ്റി അറിയുണ്ടാവില്ല, പക്ഷേ ഇതിങ്ങനെ കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റും. പക്ഷേ ഹയർ സെക്കൻഡറി ലെവലിലേക്ക് വരുമ്പോൾ സയൻസിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ പറയുന്നത് അവിടെ ഫിസിക്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഓരോ ഇക്വേഷൻസ് ഡിറൈവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടത്, എന്നാലേ റിമെമ്പർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അത് ടാക്സോണമിക്ക് എഗെയിൻസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, കാരണം ബേസിക് ആയിട്ട് റിമെമ്പർ ചെയ്യല്ലേ വേണ്ടത്. അത്
Yes. First thing I wanted to tell you that Bloom's taxonomy is not away from criticism. Bloom's taxonomy having lots of criticism from all sides. The first thing it is like it introduced as nouns and again it become dynamic all that. And your question is, are we following the same hierarchy in all standards? It may not. I gave you already, I have given an example that third standard children, child is answering how to write a story with a picture. It is something related to creation. So they start from that. So it is just reverse of that hierarchy. Okay. So it is not, don't think that the whole educational process actually follow Bloom's taxonomy. There are so many other theories also. When an educationist decide about curriculum and assessment, all that, they need to think about the kind of children they belong to, which country, okay, what is the condition of that country, all many other aspects are there. Okay. And again, when it comes to the theory, we need to understand this for the first time. Then only we need to recollect those formula and all. It is there only. Why? Because we derive those formulas, then only we will get the end result. Only after that we can actually remember that formula. So just reverse, it can happen.
Respected teachers, Miss India. It was very energetic and informative session. Though this is the first time that I am hearing actually Bloom's taxonomy, but somehow you made it a wonderful session by making it informative. I think. You can clap once. The specialty of this class was actually you could touch all the disciplinaries of us, I think. Social science, physics, mathematics, chemistry, everywhere you touch just though you are physical
Otherwise,
science.
those students will feel like they are not actually able to connect with the theory. That is why deliberately I had all those examples.
It was very good. I can say. Actually, you said first when we sit for this class, you will be thinking that it's a taxonomy, Bloom's taxonomy. Last, actually, we are thinking, wow, Bloom's taxonomy. For a distant level, I think.
Anything level only.
To be true.
That is also it is very good. Why? Because this was the one of the essay we tried very hard to generalize all those concepts. And I will tell you, we have made lot of acronyms to remember those components. Effective domain, there are components. So I remember like R square walk. That was the acronym for effective domain. Okay. I am PAM. IMPAM. That was the acronym. You can use this acronym to recollect all those theories. First sem, a few theories. Second sem, more theories. You will get confused. Okay, it is not that easy. So you can use acronyms to remember the theory. When you could recollect those acronyms and words, it will be very easy to elaborate that essay. We will get that marks.
Then next one is actually we are only coming to familiarize with the words of BA actually. We are only coming to the flow of the terminologies. That's why when you said about working model, assessment, etc., we were just sitting stunned. Actually, we are coming to the flow, but though you use those terms, we could understand what all these steps were. And with these classes, I am sure that we will be using this afterwards also. So, thank you, Miss. With this short span of time, you could complete a little vast subject, I think. So, thank you so
We need
much.
more time. We can have more examples. We can ask you to write questions. Only that time you will understand with that deepness. Like you need to write learning outcome, you need to write question for assessment which belong to each category. Once you complete that, it will be very easy for you, or it will be that level understand actually easy.
And we are very grateful to have such a person who touches almost all many disciplinaries. The marketing, physical science option is I can understand chemistry. And so we are very thankful for this session. Thank you. Once again, welcome students for the feedback session. We are excited to hear your thoughts and opinions. Welcome.
Good morning, all of you. മലയാളത്തിലാണ് പറയുന്നത് ഇത് പറയുന്നത് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട കൂട്ടുകാരെ, ഞാനിവിടെ ഈ സംഭവം ഈ ടാക്സോണമി എന്നുള്ള സംഭവം ഞാൻ ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കേൾക്കുന്നത്. ഞാൻ കേട്ടപ്പോൾ എനിക്ക് എക്കണോമിക്സ് പഠിച്ച